search operations continue for 6-year-old Khayalethu Magadla, who fell into an open manhole in Dlamini in Soweto. It's now 10 days since he disappeared. Emergency personnel are again at the scene, continuing to search for the little boy. Our reporter Malungelo Booi is there. Malungelo, good afternoon. What's the latest?
Stephen, we are live to you from one of the split chambers in El Dorado Park. This is where we're told everything that comes through some of the manholes in the area would essentially will end up here. As you can see that there are some divers who are already inside this facility searching for the little boy. I want to bring in Robert Mulaudzi. He works for the EMS here in Joburg. Robert, so explain then to me what's happening here.
Yeah, here we are looking at the flow of the split chamber. Remember initially when we started the search, there was a lot of debris in this area. Yeah. So it was cleaned up thanks to our colleagues from Joburg Water. They managed to clean it up. Now we're monitoring the flow of, from the last main hole which we were, of which we have deployed our floating device, which is going to pass in here. After that, we'll have to request our colleagues from Joburg Water to, isolate, the water along the pipeline, so that our technicians can walk through the pipeline just to clear it up, to make sure that there is any obstruction, or we cannot be able to locate anything along the pipeline.
I just want to make sure that I understand, Robert. So if he fell into that manhole, yes, he would end up here, yes, ultimately?
Yes, he will end up in here if he did manage to pass in here. So those the pipelines, these 3 pipelines which are crossing across this split chamber, which is going towards the main plant itself. So it means if it's not around in here, it will be along those pipelines. So those 3 pipelines, what we're going to do, we're also going to ask our colleagues from Joburg Water to shut them down, so that we can be able to send the technicians in all those pipelines, just to make sure that there's nothing in, there's no any blockage or anything there. So if it did maybe flow through the pipelines, then at the plant they will be able to also identify anything which comes their way. So I'll say this will be our that the last part of the pipeline, which is flowing from where the incident occurred the last 10 days.
So as soon as then we're done here, we'll go and check on the other on the other side.
So it means we still have to clear the 3 pipelines which are moving from here towards the main plant. So that will be done, I'm sure, by maybe tomorrow. Yes, that will be done maybe by tomorrow. Then we'll know from there what happens, whether they are monitoring anything from the main plant. So of course it means now, from where the incident occurred to up until the ventilation shaft, where we can confirm that part is clear, because our technicians managed to clear it. They walked through the whole pipeline and they couldn't locate anything. And then also from that end up until here, we did deploy our floating device, which gives us a 360 view, along the pipeline. So that footage, we're going to study it overnight to make sure that if there's any obstructions which we are going to identify, it means by tomorrow we're going to attend to that. After that, then we'll be focusing on the 3 pipelines which are flowing to where? To the main plant.
It's incredible, Robert, because I'm trying to figure out at what point will you stop this operation?
No, for now we're still hopeful. This is a critical phase. We have to be confident that if indeed it fell into the pipeline, we are hoping to be able to locate him. So it's either in here, around the split chamber, or at the main plant. So we are hopeful, as we did commit ourselves in the last 10 days that to the family, that we'll make sure that we take all the resources we have and make sure that we indeed did that. Over and above the technicians which we have, we're using technology, and also the colleagues from Joburg Water, they're doing a wonderful job to make sure that we recover the young boy. So we're still committed to the search and recovery operation.
Right. Thank you so much. Thank you. Robert Mulaudzi there, Stephen, he speaks for the Johannesburg Emergency Services, and I must say, though, Stephen, that there's about, 30 men and women that are involved in this operation. And earlier on, I was talking to community members from Dlamini, where this young boy is from, and I was told about how traumatized the children that were playing with this little boy at the time of the incident, and how they often ask, their parents on whether have the emergency personnel been able to locate Khaya.
Malungelo Booi, thank you very much indeed. I do appreciate it. All right.